If you don't care if they go to hell in the sense of yo,
I'm gonna have to watch what you wash the dishes.
I agree.
okay.
But yeah, they don't do certain jobs that men do. They work hard in different ways. We're different.
Like what?
I don't think we talking about
Like
what
you saying like they work hard in different ways.
women.
That man,
A woman.
I know, and that's why the Bible say tell a woman to be quiet because a lot of women move in that manner.
Wow.
Y'all gotta know y'all place. You gotta know your place.
Are you trying to get us some views? Or are you being serious?
He walked around here suffering. So that's why it's significant to have somebody that you would consider your man or your husband. If you don't care if they go to hell in the sense of, yo, if you don't listen, you go, you don't love him.
Yeah. I can see that part where you're saying that, but like what I'm saying is, I get everything you're saying, like it's in my ear, right? But what I'm saying is, if you're only making, I feel like, this is what I feel like, first more, if you're only making $40,000, you shouldn't even be in the dating scene right now. In God's honesty, you need to get yourself together as a man, as a provider, as a leader. What am I doing with a man with $40,000? I'm a top back.
I agree.
I'm a top back real bad. Oh, you talking about going to have to watch what you wash the dishes? I
agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on, before you get into that, I'm gonna come back to you on that.
You
I'm not gonna say nothing. I just gotta clarify
even
something.
be in the dating scene right now.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Let alone
and I
talking
feel like
about marriage and kids.
A lot of dudes want to
Yeah.
be in the dating scene. They want to talk to women.
Get
They wanna do that.
married, have
but you're not even
kids.
financially stable. So you shouldn't even be wanting to sit here and even talk to a woman and try to have kids and all that stuff. If you know you can't even provide a good life for your kids. That's one.
Yeah.
So
I
the
agree
dating
with
scene
that.
ain't even for you.
Let me. Hold on. I'm gonna let him respond, but hold on a second. I gotta clarify because when I brought up that men work more than men, I work more than women. I'm not talking about general. I'm talking about the workforce.
You can't work
because
all
she
day
was
for what you making.
because she was talking about the women could be working too. Like they're not gonna be at home with the kids. Like I'm just talking about statistically, the women are gonna have more time with the kids statistically. I'm not saying that they don't work as hard as men. Like that's not what I'm talking about. But yeah, they don't do certain jobs that men do. They work hard in different ways. We're different.
Like what?
I don't think we talking about
Like
what
you saying like they work hard in different ways.
Women work hard in different ways.
I'm saying you said men work harder in different ways as far as like what?
I'm talking about certain jobs. Like how many women firemen are there? How many women construction workers? I'm talking about statistically in percentages.
Yeah, in percentages. Okay, yeah. I get what you're saying.
I mean, there's some jobs, some really dirty, tough jobs. Like even at my own job, hey Ashley, can you pick this up for me? Big 15-gallon jugs. They not touching it, cause men are biologically stronger. So it's like, duh. I'm not saying that women are less. We have our advantages and disadvantages.
Yeah.
So in the workforce, men work more in this area. But are we not? We're still equal though. Like women have so much value, but it's different.
It balances out.
That's the whole point. Like I'm not saying women are lazier than men. Like I'm not saying that. That's stupid. I would never say that. There's a lot of lazy men out there.
Sure is.
I'm talking about numbers because numbers don't lie.
Sure is.
So you can respond to what?
Yeah, ask him again.
Oh no, I was just saying, just in general. Like he's saying, like I get what you're saying. Like as far as you were saying, like you're looking at the materialistic things of life, but
they ain't got no business dating.
Yeah, I know, and that's what I'm saying. Y'all saying I'm looking at the materialistic things of life, but what I'm saying is, if you only making a certain amount of money, the dating scene ain't even supposed to be for you right now. The employment scene is supposed to be for you right now.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying? Like you need to be somewhere at the staffing agency or like trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Because
the tip service.
Yeah, the tip service. Like you need to be over there like while you see here Christian Mingle trying to fill out your application. Like you need to be in the staffing agency trying to write out what your references are because you shouldn't even be in my face right now.
Make sure that resume looks good.
And most men be like, I'm the sole provider. I want my wife to kick back and with the feet. We're in an inflation, baby. If I'm allowing your $40,000 right now, I'm gonna be dead somewhere. Our kids gonna be somewhere eating out the trash can. We're gonna be on government assistance. That's not the life I'm gonna live for my kids. So while y'all sitting here like, you're suffering in the world, baby, I'm gonna be kicked up on my feet. And
I can do bad all by myself.
baby, you know what I'm saying? I'm paying the bills.
Lord.
Come on, explain.
Yeah, I don't want no man that. Nah, the dating scene, you shouldn't even be on the dating scene. Like that right there with the 40,000, it shouldn't even be a question, to be honest.
All right. Because we heard the world. We heard enough of the world. And her sidekick in the background called Brittany. All right. Look, man, I get it. Women or men, if you ain't in a position to do it, don't do it. But the funny thing about God, and it's throughout the Bible, God set people up together in tough situations. Hold on. Financial, it don't matter. This is what all I'm hearing. I'm gonna humble myself. I'm gonna be nice, man. No, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be nice.
I love that type of stuff.
Nah, because you realize I'm a Christian dude, so you ain't gonna like nothing about me. Ooh. So I'm just saying.
He's boring.
All I'm gonna say is this.
I like you deflecting.
No. All I'm gonna say is this, right? Who is you to tell anybody anything in that manner?
A woman.
I know. And that's why the Bible say tell a woman to be quiet, because a lot of women move in that manner.
Wow.
Y'all gotta know y'all place. You gotta know your place.
Are you trying to get us some views? Are you being serious?
Listen, it's gonna get views on this.
Do we need a referee over here?
It's all out of love because
we need to do some call-ins.
Yo, she funny.
Because you gotta explain that when you say women are to be quiet.
Baby,
because in the word of God, they did that. They ran their mouth, and that's why they need to be. She moving off of She moving off emotions and her perspective. I didn't hear nothing about God, bruh. I didn't hear nothing about God say it's this man this he present this he this. It sounds crazy, and that goes for men.
Sounds crazy because I don't want to suffer.
No, that's the problem.
That sounds crazy.
You trying to avoid something none of us can avoid. If you got breath and you confined to time like God set us up, you going to suffer, yo.
Okay, so y'all think y'all should be dating if y'all only making $40,000?
I don't care if I was making 20. If God said this is my wife and He approved, make that move. I know.
Y'all got to show me him.
I'm
gonna be honest.
Y'all got to come down from heaven like that's him.
Yeah, just straighten them.
No offense,
this part.
Shelby. Let's go for men and women.
Keep this straight.
Anybody that's thinking like that,
don't touch this part.
The director.
Ain't ready for men.
Yo, you funny. No,
Keep
anybody
loosening
thinking
it.
like that ain't gonna hear from God. So you
Just
already
straighten
in the
the arm.
wrong. Let's be honest. You're already in the wrong.
Brittany,
Nah,
we gotta get.
If the man supposed to be providing and he don't
We gotta
work,
get these type
the
of
whole
things.
family don't eat.
Hold on.
sure.
You know what's funny when they say
Yes.
a man, when they say
That's the next
a
part.
man.
Do you feel like hold on, stop. Do you feel like the man is supposed to be the provider? Do you feel like that?
Most definitely, that's how
He's
God
supposed
set
to be
it
the
up.
provider, okay, right?
Uh-huh.
So what if he's not able to provide?
Oh,
Why are you even out here trying to look for a woman if you can't provide for her and what she has going on for the future? You say the purpose of dating is to date, find your soulmate, and build a family based off of Christ, right? But if you're sitting here and you making less than $40,000 and you think that you finna sit here and have a good life with somebody, what type of sense does that make? If you don't have nothing to provide for this woman, you're gonna sit here and you're gonna come in her life and make her suffer.
Okay.
Hey man, hold on.
Okay.
First of all, guys, this conversation going so crazy right now. Just take a little breather, like the video, and subscribe if you feeling it. All right, Mike, get back to it, brother.
Yeah. And I'm not trying to get numbers. I'm being dead up with her right now.
I'm trying to get
A lot of
numbers.
women got this perspective.
Say what you say.
A lot of
not
women
playing.
got this
I just
perspective,
playing.
and it's sad because I didn't know the kingdom was based off of, or a God-fearing relationship was based off of your.
You should not be
Hold on,
dating.
it's not based off of your income.
But
What are we talking about,
if I'm making $9 an hour, if I'm a man and I'm making $9 an hour, do you think any woman in a right mind gonna sit here and try to marry me and lay with me and have kids with me?
Okay.
They think that I'm gonna be able to provide for you, and you gonna come to the house and tell me to shut up and go in the house and wash some dishes. And, I'm sorry.
Who you talking to?
You about to tell me to sit?
Shelby,
I'm gonna sit here and be
who you
submissive
talking to?
and shout out to my man. You making?
I can't see
You about to tell me to sit here, cook, wash your kids, clean all
Wash
that stuff.
the kids.
You making $9 an hour? You can't able to pay the light bill.
I know.
You gonna go straight, man, boy.
So hold on. What happened to
God really
It
censored
don't matter
everything
about
you
that.
said.
It's about you being a
I'm
man.
happy.
You
No.
supposed to be financially stable to be able to take care of your family. You're not
yo.
supposed to even be sitting here trying to date no woman if you can't sit here and provide for your kids. What you mean?
Hey yo, people, hold on. I'm not supposed.
You should be crazy.
Yo,
Shouldn't no woman make dating.
I'm not supporting no bum. I'm not supporting a bum.
But if a man making $40,000 ain't talking about none, bro. We in an inflation, bro. I'm not supporting no man. But $40,000 we can't do none, bro.
Shelby,
Yo, you said
where you
forget
from?
about God.
We
Wait,
can't do nothing.
from Gwinnett?
how you say forget about God?
It's not about forgetting about God. You should not be in a mindset to even want to date somebody if you're not even making no money.
Oh,
What you
okay, so
mean?
Shelby.
And you gonna be praying
So-
all day if you ain't making no money. We're gonna suffer.
Shelby,
We're gonna
Shelby,
suffer as two
Shelby.
people. We shouldn't even be trying to bring no kids in the world. That's why people are on government assistance right now because they want to sit here and make babies and all that stuff out of I'm a godly man, do all this stuff. We're suffering.
Hey, Shelby.
We're suffering.
You know why you
If
speaking?
we're on government assistance, we are suffering. And hold on.
You speaking for
Anybody that's on government
This right
assistance tonight, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, let me clean that up. Like, I'm not saying nothing's wrong with, being on government assistance, but I'm saying if you can sit there and be in the financial
you put a lot of
aspect
people on blast.
before you date, you're supposed to already have your stuff together. Me, I feel like I'm in a space to date right now.
Lord. Rebecca said, "Let me get in."
I feel like I'm in a.
Rebecca, we got-
me personally, I'm in
The
a.
fire is burning too much.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like me
Already.
personally, I'm in a aspect
Oh,
today
she
'cause
wanna call
I have
in.
my own stuff. I have my own car. I work. I have my own apartment. Nobody supports me. You know what I'm saying? So if I was to sit there and get a man that doesn't have any of those, you know what I'm saying? That would be crazy for me to date you and even try to build a foundation with you when you're not even ready to be dating.
That's why.
That's crazy
We'll
to
probably
me.
we might open the lines later. I don't know.
I'm sorry,
I
guys.
mean,
I'm
I
just
say
saying.
lines like
Now you good. I was about to say that's why Christian women finish life, but you said you lukewarm, so I'm not gonna call you that. But what I will say,
Okay.
but what I will say is this: I don't support the bum man or bum woman.
Okay.
But I'm not going into a relationship if God said this is who I could be with, God approved. I'm not going into that relationship looking like, dang, you only make $9. No, how are we gonna make this happen? That's why you got the examples in the Bible, like the book where
I don't want struggle love.
I know, and that's why
I don't want struggle love.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, all due respect, what I'm about to say, you're gonna be single, or you're gonna continue to deal with worldly people, but then you
Okay.
fall in the category of them bums you talking about,
Okay.
because you're basing these bum dudes off and putting them on people on other men that it don't apply. So you've been dealing with like 20 bums, right? Because you ain't listening to God. Then you meet a Christian man, and the fact that he making $10 an hour because that's what God got him at in that season. You
Okay.
like, I don't want you,
In that
so you miss
season.
your blessing. Make that make
It's
sense.
not about that season. You should not be focused on
What?
a woman.
Whoa,
It's
Shelby,
not- I
Shelby.
get what you're saying. At one point, like me. Okay, now, when I was like,
Calm
a teenager and all that
Calm
stuff. I'm
down.
sorry.
Go ahead. Calm down.
I'm sorry. When I was like a teenager, right, and I'm making like $9 an hour,
Mike, you
that was
better
my
get your
season.
friend.
You know what I'm saying? And then now I'm an older woman. I make a little bit more than that. All right, cool. Now I'm able to afford the stuff I want to. Now I'm able to afford a car note,
Uh-huh.
an apartment and stuff. That's when you're seriously in your dating stages. You know what I'm saying?
You're not.
But
I didn't hear no biblical stuff. You're not gonna spiritually support me. You're gonna
You
be a
could be
bill. You're gonna be a
growing-
bill,
Oh my
yo.
God,
You're
all
gonna
right.
be a bill.
that doesn't make sense.
It don't want me to make it make sense.
Please, I'm trying to hear
All
something.
you just said you could do everything
You're
I
talking
could do.
about
You're
biblical,
not
but I'm
spiritually
talking,
being
I'm
what
talking
I
about logical. I get what you're saying,
Logical.
biblical. But I'm saying logically, if you're not able to financially support anything,
And I
if you don't
agree.
have nothing going on, you should not be worried about dating. You should be worried about getting your stuff together.
yeah. She
That's
didn't.
what-
She didn't talk. She didn't touch on spiritual at all. So, if you asked her about the spiritual side of it, then that would be kind of a topic
A
that's
different
related.
topic.
But that ain't really what she's saying.
I mean, but that's the.
She's not touching on that topic at
I'm
all.
not even touching on this.
So you
God
can ask
say-
her
God
like,
can
"What
say-
do you think about that?" But you're kind of coming in there with an assumption that she's saying that you ain't got to have any connection with God.
Yeah, but I'm saying God
mean,
can say
So
this
she
is
got
your
you got to let
wife.
her say that before
no,
you.
she
you
said
kinda,
it. What did
God
she
can
just
say
say?
God can say this is your wife.
She's only speaking about the money aspect though.
Yeah, but that's the
But
main
that don't
focus.
mean necessarily that she's leaving the godly
No,
aspect
she is.
You
out.
get what I'm
Key,
saying?
Listen
But
to
I-
what I'm paying attention to what
Okay.
she said. What did she say?
But you're-
Fuck God. It don't have nothing to do with God. It's the man. When everything has something to do with the guy on both ends.
And
I got you, but it's just not what she's saying though.
I mean, I heard what she said.
And what I'm saying is like God can tell you right now, I'm your wife. You know what I'm saying? No.
Hello? Hello?
It's a scenario,
I
man.
was laughing, yo. Yo, chill.
Oh, baby.
I'm messing with you, yo.
It's great over here.
No,
But look,
if God said it,
if God said it, he said
you're
it,
gonna
right?
have to really put in some work.
Yeah.
You're gonna be spiritually on that treadmill
right.
because you have to keep
Yo, it's spiritually
All right.
on the trip.
But listen,
Okay.
if God said, okay, this is your wife.
Know the Bible. Go
Okay.
in with me.
But I'm saying, if God's saying like, all right, I'm your wife, right?
Yeah.
Right now, we not seeing it at all. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, you said what?
We not seeing it. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay.
later down the line, this might be a wife. But you have to get to a certain point for
I
me
can
to
see it.
even look at your way. Do you get what I'm
But
saying?
Shelby,
That's
I
your
can-
season.
I think
That's
I
you
get you,
as a
Shelby.
single person. You know what
Shelby
I'm
not
saying?
ugly, her spiritual
That's
man
where
is
you
off.
are.
I
in
see
the
you,
house.
Shelby. I think if
I got one
Do
question.
you see what am I
Look.
making sense?
you would
I
say
get you. I get
Mike
you.
would say
Look,
from the
Shelby.
streets. I could see it.
So even if I'm your wife, you know what I'm saying, you're still not ready for me. You know what I'm saying? You're not ready
What?
to be dating.
All right, hold on, wait,
Even if
Shelby,
God said,
Shelby,
Shelby,
okay,
the tables
you
is the other way around.
Shelby,
I'm gonna add
I
some
got one
perspective,
question
but I'm gonna let
because
y'all
I've been,
say.
I just been letting y'all talk. But I
Okay.
got one question.
All right.
Because everything is
I'm gonna be honest, it's kind of big on money with you. But so
No, it's not. It's
No,
not
but
about
I'm-
money. It's about
but I'm
common
saying,
sense.
what if you marry your husband and he's good, and then he lose everything, and now he's making $10.
I'm working. That's why I said I'm not worried about the money aspect because I'm never gonna stop working. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
I got my own money.
but the way
You know
you
what I'm saying?
speaking
So money's
about,
not an issue
no, I'm
for
saying,
me.
but the way you speaking about the man now, like he came in making $10 an hour.
You better keep
What if it
go
was?
further.
What if it wasn't that? What if he had it, but then he lose everything, and now he's making $10 an hour when y'all already married with kids? How are you looking at that?
I'm not no bum. You
No,
know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying you're a bum.
No, I get what you're saying. Like, if he had it, like, say if I made him making 80, now he's making $10 an hour. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if my man was making $100,000 or $200,000. I'm not gonna quit my day job. You know what I'm saying? That's
Well,
just
how
not
you
the type
gonna
of
look at
person
him?
I am. That's why I said y'all keep saying this materialistic thing. I'm not a materialistic person. I've been working since I was 15 years old.
I'm saying, but how you gonna look at him though?
Yeah, we see you.
That's
gonna be
cool.
good.
We'll get back on track. We're married. Money is not the root of our marriage. I married you because I loved you. You know what I'm saying? We'll get back on track. We'll figure it out.
Let me say
People
this.
go through up and down seasons. You know what I'm saying?
Let me see if I can
but you
bring
don't stay
some.
down.
Let me see if I can bring. He says spiritual treadmill.
Yeah, I
He-
was talking spiritual.
He was talking fast. He wasn't throwing no shots.
No, I
look-
wouldn't do that. I'm dead if I wasn't doing it.
So,
Shelby
let's
not
just
even
clarify that,
he's
'cause-
big boned, thick.
'cause
No,
he ain't-
Golly though. I'm being golly.
All right, Mike.
I'm being golly.
This y'all might. Let me stop. So let me. If y'all were married, it might work out. So listen, this I'm gonna bring some clarification because what we have to understand is obviously everything Shelby saying is correct because if you're not, and obviously everything y'all saying is correct too. I'm not gonna say everything. I don't know.
Not
like
everything.
there's some. I'm just gonna say. I'm just gonna clarify because I don't.
Stop being nice.
I
About
don't.
to
No.
catch the
I'm not being nice.
But I ain't say nothing.
I don't care about anybody's feelings. Like, but what I'm saying
I
is,
care about my feelings, bro. For real.
I'm just gonna speak truth. Excuse me. No, just playing.
Keep me. I care about my
I'm just
feelings.
playing. I'm not gonna say it on camera. So, yeah. When it comes to making money, this is where a lot of Christians miss it. we think that we can. Sorry, it's a lot going on. Sorry. This is where we miss it. We're so saved, right? That we forget other things in the Bible that tell us to provide, to make money. We forget that that's in there because we're like, I'm going to pray 2 hours because I'm going to get so close to God. When God said, hey, wait a minute. Like I used the example when it says Paul. He says he would rather you not be married. But you missed the part after where he says, because if you are married, now you have certain obligations to your wife. They miss that part and they just say, well, he feels like he's better because he's with God and he should be single. But yeah, but since we don't want to be single, now we got to think about the money aspect and we have to prepare for the money aspect. There are things that he says, count the cost before you build the tower. He says, be the lender and not the borrower. I think he said neither lend nor borrow because if you do lend, don't expect it back. So you have to be at a place where we're not taking out loans. We shouldn't even have car notes if you really want to do your money the right way.
I know that's right.
There are certain holes that we have dug ourselves into, and we want to blame our salvation for it. We want to blame our Christian ministry for it. And I've been in a hole. I'm in a hole. You know what I'm saying? Like, but there's no excuse. We can't say, oh, well, like what she's saying is right. We can't expect to be in a like obviously, yes, there are exceptions to the rule, but everybody goes for the exceptions. And we think we have a problem with the woman saying, oh, well, you should accept me as I am and follow that exception to the rule. When we know we want a saved Proverbs 31 woman. So it's on both sides.
Virtuous woman, though. Make that clear.
It's hard to find a virtuous woman because they're like rubies and they're hidden.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying? They're like a treasure. So, and when you're looking for a wife, that's what you want. You want somebody. Even people in the world, like a lot of them, they say I want her to be modest. They might be players, but they want her to be modest, right?
You know what I'm saying?
And it's crazy, but the thing that I'm seeing is they're actually applying certain biblical principles that the Christians are too fake saved to apply themselves. And I don't call it a real salvation when you speak like we don't need money. because God says clearly, if you can't provide for your own, you're worse than an infidel. It's not just talking about money, but to exclude it from the equation is not a Christian mindset. It's a certain lack of discipline that Christians have when it comes to how we use our money, how we misuse our money, how we take on debt, how we put ourselves in situations. And yes, certain things can happen. But if you're with God, yeah, you gotta work them hard jobs. Yeah, you gotta be there 60 hours a week and come to prayer and get you a message. It's people out there doing it, so yes, we do have to do that. And obviously make sure you have time to rest and get the energy you need so you can keep going. But I just don't like how it's not one-sided. I only brought up the scenarios so we can understand perspective. But if you want to be real, yes, it should be a number 3. But the thing is, like, that kind of kills the whole perspective conversation.
Yeah.
Like, we need perspective. And a lot of men have perspectives like, I want my wife to be this, and that. And then they say, well, I ain't got to make money. And sometimes they won't say it, but they'll, like, indirectly say it.
Yeah.
By not focusing on it enough.
Yeah.
But then women will set expectations for the man to make this, and this, and they don't want to be Proverbs 31. They don't want to worry about modest apparel. I don't want to keep my stuff just from my husband.
Yeah.
So yeah, both people set expectations too high.
Yeah.
And I think we just need clarity and balance on all of that. Like, why take sides on money or salvation when you can find a man that's spiritually mature? And I think what you're really speaking about is not money, it's ambition.